Simulator 19 on Madison Creek. Currently heading out to field 54 here with the John Deere X60 and the chisel plow. I forget whatever model number chisel plow this is. John Deere chisel plow here of some sorts. We're currently working with courseplay on baling up that field here. Courseplay should be almost done with that here at this point. And as I had initially mentioned when we first purchased that field, I want to make that field here just a little bit larger. We got kind of like a large grassy area up at the top side of this field here. We're going to plow that under and make it all into a field. So yes, basically starting at this area right here. Now I don't know if that's like supposed to be the proper field entrance there or not, everyone, but that's what I've been using. It seems like it's I don't know. Seems like it's the only field entrance because there's nothing along this side unless you go down to the bottom of 55 there. There's one, but then there's really not enough room alongside 55 to drive up here. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's see what's here. Let's just, yeah, we should be good to start right here, I think, right? So let's turn on allow create fields, lower that down. And away we go. Try not to get, too close to the trees here. Courseplay tends to get rather unhappy when you get, close to any objects that, don't move. Speaking of courseplay, by the way, I did update my version of courseplay here again today. It's now, I think it was version 16, right? Yes, 6.0316, of course, developer version here. Courseplay developers seem to be coming out with quite a few updates here the last few days. So, yeah, hopefully that's a good thing, maybe? I wasn't holding my breath anyway on that, that's for sure. But you never know. Maybe it's a good thing. Oh, yes, get that farm all put away at some point as well, don't I? We'll do that at some point. I'll probably be stuck doing most of the plowing here myself, I'm guessing. Wow, this is going to take a while. This is going to be a large section here, isn't it? Didn't realize how much we're adding to the field here at this point, because, yeah, up and over that hill there. Now we'll have to see how it goes here. I don't plan to do anything with, like, the gullies or washouts there, but we'll just leave those in the field the way they are. I did debate about maybe, like, smoothing them out just a little bit, so, like, for courseplay, we can have a little bit easier time. We'll think about that. We'll see once here. Maybe I'll do that. But other than that, I do plan on just leaving them in the field. I did not try the islands mode yet, everyone, but with the way those washouts are in the field, I'm not sure courseplay would like some of those. They are... Yeah, the courseplay courses might get kind of brutal, I'm afraid. We'll see once. We'll see once here. Yes, there also appears to be some sort of small pond back behind these trees here. Don't even think about it, courseplay. Don't even think about it. Yeah, I can see it already. I can see it already. Where's courseplay? Bottom of the pond. Okay, I think this is where we're going to join up here, do we? Yep. We'll just try and kind of make a nice sweeping turn around here. We'll call that good. Okay, destroying a little bit of straw. That'll be fine. Speaking of plowing here, does the rest of this field need to be plowed? Let's check that here a moment. Also, like lime and all that good stuff. Yes, this section here will need to be limed. We'll probably just lime the entire field then, so it's at the same state. It does not need to be plowed, though, so that's good. Okay, good to know. Now, the question is where on the other side, so we're going to make like a full loop here. Actually, you know what? Well, yeah, if I had courseplay plow this time, I could probably have courseplay do this. First off, I probably won't trust it. Second off, yeah, I don't know if courseplay would detect the field boundaries or not. Not sure on that one. This whole area here, I'm thinking we're just going to probably plow this under. This is a real choke point here for courseplay. I don't quite understand why, because this is like fairly level here. So my intentions are to plow this in with the field here. Again, as you notice from the courseplay courses we have generated here, yes, the courseplay's struggling here. Courseplay is definitely struggling there, so I think we can improve that. And like I said, I see no reason why we can't just make that part of the field. I mean, if there was like a washout or something in there, everyone, I'd leave it, but there doesn't appear to be, so I think we're going to drive up to the other end of the field there. I mean, if we wanted to, everyone, we could probably actually plow this together with 55. And we could almost do that, I suppose. Might get a little complicated for courseplay again, though. You have this shrubby bunch in the middle here. So I think we'll probably just leave it the way it's at. Okay, so right along here, I do believe we'll just lower that back down and kind of plow up around the edge here and then out to the road. So this will maybe, well, kind of narrow up here, isn't it? We'll see what this looks like. Oh, I think we'll be okay with this. Maybe. We'll see once here. Well, if it doesn't work, we can always just use the painting tool and re-remove? Something like that, whatever. Get rid of the field here. Paint over the field, it'll be gone. Recalculate the field boundary path, and that'll take care of that problem if this does prove to be a bit of a problem up here. You never know. Yep, that is definitely going to take a while to plow this, isn't it? Rethinking life's choices right here at the moment. Of course, when you're doing this, you don't really have an option, using a hired worker. Again, as I mentioned, we could use Courseplay, but I don't know if Courseplay would detect this. Also, don't know what Courseplay would do with some of the islands and stuff. I'd rather not destroy those. Kind of takes away the character of the field there, if you ask me. We're going to try to leave those in there if we can. Also, don't trust Courseplay to go wandering off the field. And of course, Courseplay wandering off the field with something that creates fields, yeah, that can end up badly. I have seen that before. Courseplay, takes off halfway across the map, and next thing you know, you got a plowed strip all the way across your map. It's great. Speaking of it, I believe we had that happen. What's that? Once or twice, a couple times on Nowhere, Kansas. For those who remember the Nowhere, Kansas series there. 16X map, biggest map we've ever played on. Did some of the craziest things I've ever done in Farming Simulator on that map as far as the amount of equipment we ran. And, yeah, Courseplay definitely did not appreciate 1 minute of it. Lots of derpiness from Courseplay on that map. Even to the point we had to rage quit a couple times due to Courseplay. Note to self. Farm wall needs to be moved. I think I mentioned that the last time around, didn't I? Yeah. Anyway, reminder everyone, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up there. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, if you want to join us on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, that information also down below in the description there. Join us in on the RDAllen TeamSpeak server. That address, again, is rdallen.verygames.net for the address for the TeamSpeak server. And password all lowercase RDAllen. And that address, of course, goes in to the TeamSpeak app there, by the way. And I believe I mentioned this in yesterday's episode, but we'll mention it here again today as well. We are currently playing on Blue Mountain Valley. Plan on this being the last week we're going to play on that map. And this coming weekend, Evan, we're going to be switching maps to this map, to Medicine Creek. So, Medicine Creek on single player, Medicine Creek on multiplayer. So again, for those of you who watch on Twitch, there'll be some Medicine Creek on there. I know there's been some requests to do some of my single player Medicine Creek on stream, everyone. We're probably just going to stick with the multiplayer, so we'll be playing multiplayer on that map on there as well. We are going to try it in hard mode and see if we can make any money on. Don't know. As I've mentioned here, you can definitely make money on here, at least on easy mode anyway. It's just going to take you some time. And really curious to see once, like I said, if we put this in hard mode, like, oh boy, how brutal is it going to be? So I believe we kind of have our plans set already. We'll get ourselves a good chunk of land to start farming on. And we're thinking we'll probably all just start with $1 million. Buy the equipment you need and see what's where we end up. Don't know how long we'll play on the map. Everyone will have to see once here. It all probably depends how it goes. Maybe we'll get sick of it real quick just because we're not making progress, but you never know. Maybe it'll go really good, too. Again, if you're not familiar with this map here, I wasn't aware of this when I first started the map either. Pricing on this map is somewhat realistic. It's at least close, everyone. I wouldn't say it's accurate, but it's at least close. And we'll see what it is in hard mode. It's probably going to really be hard then, right? Although, if the pricing scheme, I don't know if it could be the mod author actually made it so easy, normal, hard doesn't change a whole lot. That is possible to see once. For those of you wondering, typically I just play on the easy mode when it comes to economic difficulty. The only reason I do that, I'm just kind of try to keep things moving here a little bit. In case you haven't noticed, at least with this series, we're kind of using a lot of the same equipment here. And in fact, I believe we started with this plow, didn't we? And we'll probably finish this series with this plow. And there's probably a few thousand reasons as to why. Yep, farm mole's still sitting there, yep. Have I mentioned how much GPS would be beneficial in doing this? Yes. Oh boy. We've got a wheel on our gravity wagon there. Just as I was mentioning how GPS would go nicely on this tractor here. Pulling this plow, you could set up some nice lines, go up and down. Yes, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? 15,000 reasons as to why we don't, though. Although, speaking of which, when someone was mentioning in the comments, why don't you just reduce down the price on your GPS mod? And I have thought about that. The only thing is we are using GPS on the multiplayer server, too, so... And I'd have to update the mod there. No, that sounds like a real pain in the you-know-where. But I do absolutely agree. $15,000 per vehicle for GPS seems a bit outrageous, if you ask me. I've mentioned this before about the GPS mod. Thing to remember, too, everyone, sometimes like when it comes to GPS, you can take GPS from one piece of equipment to the next piece of equipment. So you buy it for one, you can also use it for, say you got it on your tractor, you can use it for your combine then. Whereas in the game here, you have to buy it for every single piece of equipment. And then apparently we're also buying somewhat expensive GPS as well, because there are cheaper options available. Which, at least if you ask me, I always thought would be a cool addition to the GPS mod. Maybe actually having the ability to add cheaper GPS. Typically, your cheaper GPS options might not be as accurate. Which, at least for tillage, typically is probably fine, right? Add a little extra overlap. You don't need to be super accurate when it comes to tillage. Maybe strip tilling, planting on top of strip till, that type of thing. Yeah, you're probably going to want to be a little more accurate with that, right? But with this, nah, get cheap GPS, right? And then it'd be cool, at least with the GPS mod, if, hey, maybe it wasn't quite as accurate. Maybe you're off by just a little bit sometimes. Oh, just take a look at this here. Yeah, that's definitely going to add to the field. If you remember the fact that we've got this big section here. Actually, if we go to, will that show it? Yeah, that'll show it. So yeah, we're definitely increasing the size of this field here quite a bit. Oh wow, never even noticed that little hook in the field there. That's kind of interesting. I'll probably check where that baler's up, because it's taking them a while. Then again, I guess now that I think about it, when the baler is doing the headlands were set to be last. So yeah, it does take a while to go around that field. So that might be why. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? If I mentioned, too, with the GPS bot, it's a lot easier to read comments when you got GPS. Don't know if I mentioned that or not. Thought, maybe we should just mention that there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I definitely need to get that farm all off there. Let's move the farm all here a minute. Oh, there's barley in the farm. Okay, I did not realize this. Speaking of barley here, what is the price on barley looking like? At the co-op elevator, Chula Gold. Gold is $10.44. Yes, everyone, I know the co-op is twice the price, but that's that's an OP sell point. Well, actually, technically, probably not really an OP, but for this map, it's OP. We'll refrain from selling there. I might just actually sell barley here a minute, seeing as how the gold is not the highest, but it's not too far away from it. Again, reminder, at least to this map, when it comes to the sell points, it just seems like it cycles through them. So it goes from one to the next to the next, and seeing as how the gold is at least close, we'll sell them. Otherwise, I'll probably have to wait quite a while for it to be the better price at the gold co-op again. Speaking of which, did I create a sell course there? If I did or not, we're going to check it. If not, I might just go ahead and create a sell course that goes right there, so we can just have them sell the barley. There's going to be several loads of barley. I don't know how much we have in the system. Oh, that's right. In order to check that, we need to go to, yes, that one, North Grain Leg. Raw materials 7 out of 8, huh? Not sure what that's about. We need to go, yeah, open overview menu. Barley. We have 127,000 liters of barley in there. Actually, as much as I thought. I don't know. I was thinking we'd have, like, quite a bit more than that. I guess the field wasn't fertilized. Plus, we do have a little bit more here. Anyway, we'll read a few comments here in a moment. Carolyn was saying, get a bigger combine. Yes, I do agree with her, Carolyn. Bigger combine would be nice. There's just, a couple 100,000 reasons as to why we probably maybe might not get a bigger combine. We'll have to see once. I know there's been a few people that have suggested getting a John Deere 8820. We might do that, everyone. The only reason I haven't done that yet, 8820 now, it seems a little overused, if you ask me. Like, everyone uses the 8820. Nothing against the 8820. Nice, older, larger combine. But just, like, everyone uses it. So, let's see if we can try something different. Just not sure what. Okay, let's just park that there. That should be out of the way. I probably should check on the sheep and the cows here, see how everyone's doing. Oh, and the horses too. Let's actually do that real quick here a minute. Sheep, looking good. Cows, 48,000 liters of milk. Not too bad. Cows are looking pretty good. And how about the horses? Horses are looking pretty good as well. I should probably plant some oats here again. Seeing how we didn't quite get them full here. Okay, did I create a course like course for you? Sell to gold. I think that's the right course, right? I'm going to assume it is. I know I had one that sold silage, so let's see what's for sale. Okay, no, that is the sell silage one. Then there's one sell to gold. Okay, perfect. Well, let's put you in that mode then. Let's switch to this. Trash can the canola, and we want to add a new fill type of barley. Yeah, just, yeah, that should be good, right? And first, well, here's probably will work too. Drive force. And finally, the baler is done, so we'll get the baler going over to the hayfield here. 25,000 liters. So, yeah, he's going to have about 5 trips down there. Probably, again, everyone won't make a lot of money off that, but every little bit of money will help. And at least with the money we currently have, as I've keep mentioning, I do want to invest that in some more cows and possibly some sheep. For sure the cows, everyone. That's for sure what I'm thinking. Not sure on the sheep. We'll see once. Not sure how many cows we can get with that money, but probably won't spend all, but we'll try to keep some of it here for some equipment upgrade at some point. I know I get comments every now and then that I should sell the John Deere X60 there, everyone. I don't really have any plans on selling that tractor at this point. It is a nice, large horsepower tractor. 280 horsepower in the game here. So we can definitely make use of that horsepower. So that's why I don't want to sell that tractor, at least not yet anyway. And or if we do, we need something to replace it with. And I mean, it's cheap horsepower. Anyway, back to the comments here. Ethan was saying, I think horseplay is rather appropriate. Yes, I know, isn't it? By the way, I cannot take credit for that name. A couple of you in the comments there kept referring to horseplay as horseplay. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Cooper was asking, is this map available on the mod hub? Well, if you refer to the mod hub as the official Giants mod hub, I have my doubts. This is a 4X map, a really great map, by the way, if you ask me. Highly recommend checking it out. Just, again, everyone keep in mind, prices are brutal. Unless, of course, you plant canola and sunflowers all the time, which you do, but I don't know. Doesn't seem quite in the spirit of the map, if you ask me. Okay, grass 1, 7.8 meter bale rate. We did create a new one. Did I forget? Okay, let's try this again. Load. There we go. I did create a new one of these a while back, so it actually does the headland last. About time I did that, probably. Yeah. We'll leave them to it. I'm going to go back to plowing here, because we got a lot of plowing to do. Yeah, we'll have to get those bales picked off the field here at some point. I'll probably try to get that done between episodes here. And then, like I said, of course, I'll line the field, fertilize the field, and replant. Oh, probably cultivate before we do that, but then replant. Cooper was also saying you should get a case 2188 on the mod hub. Oh, it says mod hub. I'm not sure if that's the official one or not, but okay. I think that's a case combine. Rob was saying, great video. Hey, thank you very much for that. For the bale weight problem you're seeing, the problem is the density is set too high in the bale's i3D file. That will affect the mass of them. Quick fix once you find the file. It's my edit on the sprayer. So it was Rob that must have sent me the edit on the sprayer there with the section control. Says he also added the manure system to it. Couldn't find a great place for the coupling, but it's not too bad. If I was better at the 3D part of the mods, I'd fix the textures and tires. But then again, it's not too bad for a crusty old sprayer. And Rob was also saying about the GPS here. For the GPS, GPS steering charges too much. A quick Google search told me you can add GPS to existing tractors for between $2,500 and $5,000. So he's saying he edited his GPS down to $5,000. Actually not a half bad idea, but again, like I was saying earlier, when you consider the fact that you have to buy it for every single vehicle in the game here, and at least in real life, you can usually take your GPS from one vehicle to the next. Especially, like from your planting tractor to your combine. Obviously, you won't be doing any planting when it comes to harvesting, typically. And then again, of course, too, it always depends on what GPS you get. Now, there are, of course, if you go with the full-blown GPS from John Deere, everyone, as far as I know, that costs more than $15,000. So $15,000 is probably a bargain for that. Farron was saying, not sure if I missed you selling or talking about it, but he found that dry corn on this map was pretty profitable. I debate you on the pretty profitable part, but we'll just keep reading this comment here. I remember getting way more money for a load of dry corn versus not dried. Only problem is it takes forever for that dryer with their stupid rate per hour. Great video. Love the old school equipment. Thank you very much for that. Yes, I agree. I mean, that dryer there just is ridiculously, stupidly slow. Absolutely ridiculously, stupidly slow. And again, as I mentioned before, I don't know if that maybe has something again to do with the European numbers versus the American numbers. At least under the European numbers with leaders, everyone, you can put a ridiculously large number in there and think it's OP. And in reality, it might not be. As I've mentioned before, that's kind of my suspicion when it comes to the Millennial Farmer silo system there, everyone. The Millennial Farmer silo system, by giant standards, is quite large. You know, was it almost 10 million liters, I think, right? How many? No, 1 million liters. 10 million. No, it must have been 1 million liters if I remember correctly, right? Whereas, you know, most giant stuff, everyone, is maybe 100,000. So it's 10 times bigger than anything in the game here otherwise. However, when you convert that over to bushels, nah, it's ludicrously small. Jack was saying the RTK placeables just make workers' fertilizer and lime more accurate. Also, it is supposed to increase their working speed as well. At least that's what it says in the shop, everyone. I don't know if that actually does that or not, but that's what it claims. Josh was saying they should make an option where you can pay a fee to have the soil samples done on your fields. Like having an agronomist come out and take care of that. Which probably is what a lot of farmers have done, right? Especially when you get down to that level of detail on a field anyway. Again, talking about the precision farming mod there. And again, if you'd like to see what's all involved with the precision farming mod, everyone, like I said, you can check myself out on Twitch there, RDAllen on Twitch. We're currently playing on Blue Mountain Valley with the precision farming mod. Again, still learning there as to what it's all about. I think we got a pretty good idea of how to work it here at this point. Still definitely some learning to be involved, though. Well, there we go. Got that portion up there done. Now into this portion. This could take a while. Nathan was saying, made it 13 minutes into the video before GPS comment. Was it 13 minutes? Wow. I'll have to work on getting that time shorter yet. Trevor was saying you could upgrade to a John Deere 7720 or 8820 combine. Christopher saying, good video, keep it up. Well, hey, thank you very much for that. Chavella was saying, good old Nowhere, Kansas. Yes, good old Nowhere, Kansas. Not a whole lot on that map. Except when we played on it, a lot of equipment. And a lot of dirt pits. Some really, really, really big field. Mike was saying, good video as always, but on your black smoke, when you're at the tractor pull and a smoker comes out, they say when she turns black, she'll go. That may be true at a tractor pull there, everyone. What happens at a tractor pull, as far as that goes, is not what typically happens out in the field. For one thing, the tractors out in the field, everyone, don't have thousands of horsepower typically. Running at even more thousands of RPM. And burning gas like it's still in style yet, you know. Or diesel, in that case. Or, depending on what type of tractor's pulling them, not necessarily even diesel either. And everyone, looking at the time, it looks like it is time to wrap it up here for this episode. So on that note, if you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.